All right, lads, this is Gutsy Calls. This is I think it's my favourite segment.
It is fun.
I love Gutsy Calls. For those unfamiliar, it's not that hard to work out. We put our what's on the line.
And what's our hit rate?
Our ideal hit rate, because we normally do 2 each per month, so 6 total. Our ideal hit rate, if we've got it correct, is we get 1 right and 5 wrong. Because that shows we do know what we're talking about and we can occasionally hit, but they're hard enough and we've gone courageous enough that we're not hitting it out the park.
But they're effectively, if you're a punter, Dos, they're 100 to 1 shots.
Yeah, I would say
Around
they
about?
fluctuate between 50 to 100,
gonna
sometimes
say
1,000 to 1. So we might have a few of them.
Sometimes a bit more.
Now we do it month by month, lads. We do it month by month, and this year we've also added another element on top. We back in July, which was very very early, we did an overall whole year Gutsy Calls prediction. We did 3 each, and that was an off-season mini pod that we did. So we might have recorded that early July, I reckon, and dropped it late July. So I'm very quickly going to recap those just for context.
No.
And I looked through mine and thought,
Here comes the mayor of the South with Chris Hall. He's going to come out.
I did say something about Carolina.
Well, I'll get there in a sec, but I just want to segue to one of mine because of your Russell Wilson stuff.
Sure.
Because we've been debating this all summer, or American summer. I said my first one, Justin Fields will be starting by week 4 and will end the season as a top 10 QB.
Ooh.
Now, I'm a
That is
little
big.
less confident than I was on that, so we'll see how that goes. Dos, your first one was that Ladd McConkey would get 1,200 plus receiving yards for the year.
Yep.
The Chargers.
I don't mind that.
Yep. Hawley, Bijan Robinson, 2,300 scrimmage yards.
Oh, wow.
And 20 scrimmage TDs.
Wow. That's
Big.
That's a big year.
2,300.
Oh, it's a gutsy call, isn't it?
It's a very gutsy call.
That's what we're about.
As we said at the time, it's not called sensible decisions. It's called gutsy calls. My second one was that Greg Olsen would tear up his commentary contract with Fox because he's annoyed about Tom Brady and join a number 1 team elsewhere. And I thought potentially maybe Kirk Herbstreit would get kicked to the curb at Prime. Dos, your second one was that Washington is a 3-pronger, which I love a 3-pronger. Washington, a winning record. Terry McLaurin would have 1,200 plus yards.
Terry, he just always winds up in an episode, doesn't he?
and Jaden Daniels 3,500 plus pass yards. Now the other
That's
thing
looking better now.
Yeah, it is. That's actually looking okay, and I'm more bullish on Washington now too than I was, Dos. So you're shaping.
I'm not
up
sure
a bit.
if Jaden will be a big passer. I think he's more of a 280 kind of, like 200 yards in the air, 100 on the floor kind of guy.
He could be.
Wait and see. But it's not. It's a good. Every time you go a 3-prong, we've got to admire your courage.
I'm relying on some big time throws.
Some big time
Always,
catches.
yeah.
Competitive. Contested marks.
Contested. Terry.
Scary Terry.
But the other part to Washington too, Dos, was remember I've made a deal with Dan Raybold that if Washington, when they finally get a winning record, I'm no longer allowed to say Dan Snyder's name on the podcast.
That's right.
So if that happens, that's done. Hawley, your second one of 3 was George Pickens would be top 3 in receiving yards in the league. Not much room between him Garrett Wilson and someone else.
There's Garrett, George, and whoever else the other.
Drake London.
And
Drake
Are
London.
they your top 3?
Ladd McConkey. And my third was that Miami break the record for most rushing touchdowns in history.
Yep.
They would break the record.
That was ridiculous because the number was through the roof, wasn't it?
It was, I think they had like 25 last year. The record's 38.
Yeah.
So they got to go 39. I think I like the draft pick of Jalen Wright a bit too much. Let's the record they'll be breaking is set in 1924 by the Frankfurt Yellow Jackets.
And it was more of a run game.
Very
back
much
then.
a run game,
Yeah,
wasn't
rather
it?
than a throwing.
I think like the best quarterback in the league back then had like 6 throwing touchdowns and 18 interceptions or something. So not exactly Mahomes-ian. Your last one, Dos, was Green Bay to be the last undefeated team in the league, which I like.
Oh, I forgot about that one.
It's a good one. It's a good one. And Hawley, what did you say about Carolina?
I think I said that they're making playoffs. Didn't
Yes,
I? Yeah.
ridiculously you said that.
Hey.
That's we're gonna make a new segment that's just insane calls for that. I mean, it's just
It's not even gutsy. It's just stupid.
so we'll chalk that up as a lot. Hey,
Well, you're not gonna like my first gutsy call.
Oh,
man.
oh no, he's doubling down on Carolina. Okay, well,
absolutely.
this is the month of September. Well, what music have we got here? We've got some powerful music.
Upbeat.
Let's see what we got. Oh yeah, this is the Gutsy Call song. Remember this?
Perfect.
Is it? I thought this was our... No, it wasn't. No, this is right.
This is Gutsy Call.
I thought this was the whip around the league.
Hang on, let me just turn it up. Oh, that's tough, isn't it? Though? Like it?
Yep.
All
it's
right,
good.
Hawley, you kick us off. We've got 2 for September. Now, these are just judged from now to the end of September.
Sure.
Yes.
Carolina fellas are starting 4-0 this year.
Oh, my gosh.
4-0.
They play. So listen to me. They play the Saints. We're not big on the Saints, are we?
No, we're not. That's true.
No. Then they play the Chargers at home.
Okay.
Chargers, not sure.
Yep.
Then they
50-50
play
then.
the Raiders away. We're not big on the Raiders.
Okay.
Then the one that they might stumble is Cincinnati. Luckily, that is being played in Carolina, so there's the home field advantage. So it could come down to they're 3-0 and they're playing Cincy to end up 4-0 at the start of the month, and Hawley's gutsy call is unbelievable.
I love these ones because we did it with Chicago last year, and just one Chicago win got the whole pod up and about, and we couldn't believe it.
And
We're
I feel
riding it all the
like
way.
They need to beat the Saints, surely.
Yeah. Come on, Bryce. Okay.
Yep.
4-0 to start.
4-0.
Dos, what you got? September.
Yeah, September. So a two-prong one.
Oh, two-pronger.
So I've gone Jonathan Taylor to be leading the month of September in rush yards.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And then I've gone Michael Pittman Jr. to be top 3 in receiving yards.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Wow, the Colts. Double banger. You are bullish on the Colts.
A little bit.
All right. I like that. I like that a lot.
You're big on A. Richardson?
Yeah, I want to see more from
Need to see more from him.
Anthony Richardson. I've got good hopes for him.
Yeah.
I hope he goes really well, but I just want to see more. I haven't seen a big enough sample size yet.
All right. I've gone gutsy. I've also gone analytical with this one.
Okay.
The Arizona Cardinals to be leading the NFC West at the end of September.
Okay.
Cardinals.
What's their draw like?
I've got
You've obviously
them
had a look.
beating the Bills in Buffalo.
That's week 1.
That's
Wow.
week 1.
Wow.
And then they've got 3 home games. Against the Rams, I've got a win. Against the Lions, I've got a loss. And against the Commanders, I've got a win. Now, there's a few leaps there, but I've got 3-1.
They're 3-1.
San Fran, I also have going 3-1, but I have them losing to the Rams in there. So on the tiebreaker
You
of
got
divisional win
San
percentage
Fran losing to the Rams.
in LA, yeah.
Well,
So, there was a lot
That's
of
gutsy,
gymnastics to get there,
That's
but
gutsy.
I have Arizona and San Fran
Based
on
off the
3-1.
tiebreaker.
The divisional percentage, I have Arizona sitting atop the NFC West at the end of September. That's what I'm rolling with.
Don't
Because
mind it.
sometimes, we've been saying, I think Arizona will be much improved. Well, put your money where your mouth is, Kurt, and make a gutsy call about it. Hawley, what's your second one?
Year 2 Blues, fellas. CJ Stroud
Oh, no.
starts the year. Stroud starts the year with 7 picks in 4 weeks.
Oh, he had 5 for the whole year last
Yeah, well,
year.
this is why it's gutsy.
Oh my gosh.
And Houston start the year 1 and 3.
Oh,
And
You're throwing a lot of shade on Houston.
So that's a
You're
double
right
pronger.
off
That's
him.
a
it's a double pronger.
Wow.
Yep, I've gone real hard on him here.
Oh, Dos. what
He's
do you
ripped Houston apart all off season.
got? He has. But hey, he's a man of his word. His courage of his convictions. What have you got, Dos?
He's all in on the Jags. I'm going for
Trevor, baby.
Trevor. Dallas Turner, who Hawley's picked for
Yeah.
Defensive Rookie of the Year, to be leading rookie sacks by the end of the month.
Leading rookie sacks.
Not really gutsy.
I don't
He
think
was-
that's gutsy
He
enough.
was
He's
like
a
pick
very
17.
It was
the second defensive
highest
player.
edge, man.
I think he was the second defensive player
I think
taken.
if it's gutsy, cool. It's gonna be leading sacks.
That's like saying Malik Neighbors will have most rookie yards after the first month.
That's exactly right.
Like, you almost
That's what I'm
expect it.
saying.
Would you though?
Yeah.
With
I don't
The
think that's
others
gutsy
around?
enough, Dos.
We need gutsier Dos. Like, put a okay. He can lead him, but we want a number.
Yeah, I like that.
all right.
4 weeks.
Now he's worried.
No, I'm going to go with 4. 1 a game.
Make it 5 and I'll pay it.
Yep.
He's got to have a multiple game in there and a sack.
It is pretty. If he continued 1 a game for the year, that's
Just
17.
relying on Brian Flores to just blitz, and they're just sending.
Wow, you brought him up.
I'm just sending Dallas Turner. to
You brought
the
him up.
Quarterback.
Anything
Yeah.
named Dallas gives you problems, doesn't it, Dos?
Yeah.
Even when you try and back it in.
Nah. Well, I thought this one would be alright.
Maybe we need to
I
do-
want to get one.
Dos's
Let's
Dallas
all right, we'll
Barnes.
meet you halfway. 4.5 sacks.
All right.
All right, nice.
I'm happy with that as well, boys.
My last one now. I think this belongs in the insanity category as well. But bear with me while I explain this.
Okay. This is going to be interesting, isn't it? If we have to actually pay attention.
Yeah, please.
Overall PFF grade.
Okay. The trio of rookie quarterbacks in Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels, and Bo Nix will have more net total touchdowns. So I calculate that as pass touchdowns plus rush touchdowns minus interceptions, right? So overall touchdowns minus interceptions.
You really were bored today, weren't
Williams, Daniels, that's a full-time job. Williams, Daniels, and Nix will have more net total touchdowns
Yep.
than the trio of Josh Allen, Dak Prescott, and Joe Burrow in September.
you? Oh, that's gutsy.
You like it, Holly?
I like it. I'm just processing it.
So basically, thrown touchdowns,
The
running
rookies will-
touchdowns, take away the interceptions, right?
Yep.
So I look at Caleb and go, I reckon he starts well. I like him a bit more than you guys do. Jaden Daniels, I think he's good with his legs. Well, he is. I think he'll score a few on the ground.
Yep.
Bo Nix, he won't be a scoring powerhouse, but from what we've seen, he doesn't turn the ball over a heap. So Let's hope there's no interceptions. Then you got Allen, turnover king last year. Prescott, Doss hates him. And Joe,
I don't hate Dak.
I know,
You just
I-
got him for most interceptions
I do,
in
I do.
your futures.
And then Joe Burrow, I think he'll start slow. So look, it's gutsy, but what do you got? What do you got, Doss?
The segment's called
it'd be cool
Gutsy
to
Calls.
track and measure that one.
Yeah.
That's probably the one I'm most interested in now.
Thanks, mate.
Apart from the Carolina one, obviously.
Yeah. I tell you what, if they beat the Saints week 1,
Oh, we
could
are
you
gonna be
imagine
up
Saints
and
fans
about, mate.
wanting Derek Carr out of the city like Carolina?
Wait, is that in New Orleans?
Dennis Allen? Yeah, it is.
Oh my god!
I think it is, isn't it? Is it in New Orleans?
That one, I think that's away. Yeah.
Yeah.
Away for who?
For Carolina.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's in New Orleans. They'll be calling for Dennis Allen after week 1 if
Mate.
the Panthers win that.
They'll jump aboard the DOS train, get rid of Allen. All right, that's Gutsy Calls, boys. Man, I love that seg. We'll be back in a sec with all our game previews.